Hey folks, Bill here with Survival Lore. Today we're going to be continuing the series I'm working on of showing different survival kits and my take on them. And then after all these kits are done, we're going to go through, start taking them out and showing you how we would put them into practical application. Today we're going to look at the Mors Kochanski Bush Pot Survival Kit, sometimes known as the 2 kilo survival kit. This will be my interpretation of it that is practical to the application where I'm going to be putting it forth, and that's in the eastern woodlands of the US. Keep in mind, Moore's, his area of operations was the northern boreal forests of Canada. The conditions, the temperatures, they're a lot more vast. The wilderness temperatures can get a lot more extreme. In the winter, you get a lot more snow. So keep that in mind when you see the differences in these kits. We're going to focus on a kit that's applicable to the eastern woodlands, the Laurel Highlands for me here in Pennsylvania. So deciduous hardwood forest. We got some coniferous trees, but not that much. You get stands of hemlock, some pine here and there, but mainly we're dealing with an eastern hardwoods forest. We've went through a lot of kits so far. This is going to be the next one we're looking at. There are still a few more to come. Um, the one thing I wanted to take a moment and recognize was no matter whose kits you're looking at online, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Reddit, whatever it may be, even guys like Dave Canterbury, Les Stroud, uh, MQC, like all the big bushcraft guys out there now, what we're doing generally is not, there's no inventions. Yeah, Dave had the 10 C's, but everybody carried generally those 10 things. These aren't original ideas. You're taking your interpretation of things that have been around for decades and decades, if not hundreds of years, and we're giving our interpretations of them in the moment we live in. And I think it's something new, that's important to remember, that myself, all these people, all we're doing is generally just standing on the shoulders of giants. We're following the path they set forth, and we're just giving you our take on things. So keep that in mind. I'm never claiming to be an expert on anything. Everything I know, I've learned from reading books, papers, pamphlets, watching videos, studying in practical application, going out and practicing these skills, using these kits over the years and developing them so they better suit my needs. And the reason I show them is I enjoy doing this. Uh, Kind of motivates me to get out and do it more often. And I hope that sometimes my kits help somebody. Uh, if it's something you didn't think of, if it's a new way of looking at something, hopefully I can impart that on somebody and they can take that, run with it, and make it their own. That's my goal in doing what I do out here. So I appreciate that. Uh, I appreciate the support you guys have shown me so far. The channel's growing, the Instagram's growing, and I am internally grateful for that. And with that, we'll break into this. This is going to be my interpretation of the Mors pot. So let's get into it. Mors used an anodized aluminum bush pot with folding butterfly handles. There are different companies that made them. Most of them don't make them anymore. You had Mira, Open Country, Four Dog Stove Company, and I think there are a couple others. Most of those three I know do not make the pots anymore. You can still find them online occasionally. There are companies out like Fire Maple and some others right now that make similar bush pots. I don't know if there's you have SRO who does their own thing, but my pot that I chose is in the same size, but it's a little heavier duty. This is the 16 centimeter zebra pot. It's heavy duty stainless steel. I am a big proponent of these zebra pots. I love that they're heavy because I feel like it gives you an indestructible, bomb-proof piece of kit. Uh, in the winter, I've used these things to build snow caves. You can dig with them. You can dig mud, sand, whatever it may be. That's why I like going with these heavier duty zebra pots. There are some downsides to them. They don't have butterfly handles. They don't have a latch, but they do have the dip on here to grab. The lid does seat on it fairly nicely, and it is a very nice size pot. As we break into this, we'll start going through the things. So first off, on top, we have a hank of 25 foot of 550 cord. This has all 7 strands included in it. So we have cordage for lashing. shelter set up. You can take them out, use it for fishing. It gives you some options. So we have paracord. After that, we also have 25 feet of the Atwood survival cord. This has fishing line, it has fire starter inside, the outer sheath, and some other stuff in there. This just gives you some options in a survival kit on top of the just being able to use this general cordage. I like to keep this in all my survival kits for that reason, because it's a multi-purpose item. Next up, headlamp. Princeton Tech. This is an older beat up one, but it still works perfect. I don't like having those mini photon lights. I get it in smaller kits. I want an actual real deal headlamp that's going to provide me a good source of light in the winter, or at night, excuse me, so I can operate if I have to, if I need to move at night, if I need to work. Having an actual headlamp, not one of the mini ones, I think makes a big difference in that. The next thing up I think we'll go to is a big difference between mine and Mors kit is Mors advocates for carrying an arm length Swedish bucksaw blade. For me, I take a small folding saw. For this kit, I do the Silky Pocket Boy. You could easily take something like an Open L saw, the Leicester River Bushcraft saws I know they make. Just a small folding saw for me. I don't think there's a better one on the market than the Silky Pocket Boy. I've probably got 6 or 7 of just these Pocket Boys alone in various kits, so I definitely stand by them and feel these are amongst the best saws on the market. They're a little heavy, they're a little bulkier than you might like in a kit like this, but I think the loss in, or the gain in bulkiness makes up for the ability for this saw to cut, makes up for the little bit more bulkiness that it applies to the kit. So after that, we go with the knife. Again, you guys have seen this. Nothing new here. When we have small kits like this, I want to have a dedicated fixed blade, and this is another one of those Dozier K-bars. It's a nice, solid, skeleton-handled fixed blade. You don't need a huge blade in a survival situation. The key to remember is this isn't here to make you able to be able to live in the wilderness long term. These tools and these items here to get you through a survival situation, to be found, to regulate your body heat, and provide you with the basics you need to make it through that situation and get home to your family. And I think that's the perspective we need to keep when we're looking at survival kits. These aren't wilderness sustainment kits. Yes, you can make your way for a while with it, but the idea is to use these tools to make your situation better until you are rescued or can self-rescue out of that situation. So that's what we're working with here. Next up, we're going to go. I always carry these. This is the SOL XL Bivy. Mors carries a 55-gallon trash bag liner because they're cheap, reusable, and replaceable. These are not cheap, but they are just as they're as durable, if not more. They have the reflective mylar. They're bigger. I think they have more uses. If you want to use it as a poncho, you're able to do that same way you would a trash bag. But the benefits of having that reflective bivy bag, I think, far outweigh what the ability of a 55-gallon drum liner to do. So we always have that in our survival kits. Next up, we carry 2 of the big orange mylar survival space blankets. Remember, the idea of this kit is to regulate body heat and make yourself be able to be found. So you want these big orange sheets. They're going to be easily visible for people who come looking for you. Same with the SOL Bivy. It's bright orange, reflective. All 3 of these can be used as signaling. Set them up as signal panels. They're easily visible from the sky and long distances. Plus, you can use these, form them into shelters with buttons, paracord. You can set up different shelters to reflect heat. Having 2 of them gives you the ability to set up a better heat reflector, having a backstop and one behind you to reflect the heat from behind the fire to the backstop. So that's why we carry 2 of those. Next up, we'll go to 5x7 tarp. Having a lightweight tarp to get you out of the rain before anything else, I think, is a big key in a kit like this. We want to keep you dry. We want to keep you from getting hypothermic or hyperthermic, whether it's too hot in the summer or too cold in the winter. Keeping rain, snow, sleet off of you, getting under some kind of waterproof shelter is a big key when you find yourself in a survival situation. Again, you're going to see my integral designs tarp. This goes everywhere. Whatever kit's going with me, this goes in it. It doesn't have to be one of these. You can get plenty different makers on eBay, Etsy, Amazon, whatever it may be. A 5x7. I recommend the 5x7 Etowah tarps because these aren't made anymore, but the Etowah ones are just as good. So a 5x7 tarp for shelter. We got that there. Roll of duct tape fell out. This is just a spooled up roll of heavy duty industrial strength duct tape. This is going to help you with cuts, repairs. If you have small cuts that you need to close up on your hands, arms, this is going to be able to do that. So this is going to be most of our, what we consider our first aid kit here. And it's going to allow you to repair the Mylar on the bivy, the space blankets, and it will allow you to repair your tarp. So that's why we carry duct tape, just a ton of uses and a very resourceful piece of kit. After that, we'll start looking at fire. Part of regulating your body temperature and being able to create a microclimate is being able to start a fire. I had some questions about these UST blast matches in a previous video. Some people were skeptical of them. These have been around forever. I say forever, for 20 years or so now. There's tons of videos on YouTube about how to use them and how they work. The reason I went with this is it's a one-handed option. If you get hurt, this gives you a one-handed option to start a fire. All you do, hold it in your hand. That little latch has a striker down there. It's a little piece of carbide with a 90 degree. You take it. We'll go right here on this bark. It's still pretty wet, even though it looks dry. You'll see it allows you to make a spark. Let's see, pull this out. It didn't stay. But you'll see right there. It throws off really good sparks and it's really easy to use. So we're going to go, that's why I like having these in kits. You can get them in different visual colors. This one's the yellow. They make them in orange and I think green. So we have the UST blast match. After that, we want a guaranteed fire. All hell's breaking loose. It's raining, snowing, whatever it may be. These 10-minute road flares. You cannot beat them. You strike it, put it to whatever kindling pile you have. This is going to get you a fire going. Pretty self-explanatory. And if you hear someone looking for you, you can also use that to signal for them at night, and that's going to be very visible in the woods at night. It's going to let people know that if they're searching for you, or kind of show you where you're at. So that is another multi-use item. We do carry compass. Like I said, we want to be able to find our general direction. If you know there's a road to your north, having a basic base plate compass, it's going to go a long way letting you get there. It's going to let you see which way is north. You can travel that, get to that road. For self-rescue, having a compass, pretty self-explanatory in that. I keep it in this pouch just to stop it from being damaged. Has the cord around it so you can keep it around your neck once it's time to use it. But we keep it in a pouch just to stop our compass from getting damaged in there. Because most of the stuff we have in here is metal, banging around. Just don't want it to get destroyed in there. Next up, we have the ferro rod, we have the flare, but we also have a fire kit. Heavy duty foil, UCO stormproof matches. These are the ones that will burn in water, wind, rain, whatever it may be. A Wetfire tab for if you can't find a natural tinders or everything's wet. This Wetfire tab will help you get a fire started. They burn for about 10-15 minutes. You can break it up, use it multiple instances. I think for my money, maybe outside of trioxane, this might be the best man-made fire starter out there. Bic lighter, self-explanatory again. We carry a candle. This candle can be used in tandem with the SOL bivy and the space blankets and build a microclimate. There are plenty of videos out there how to do that. Maybe that'll be one we touch on in this coming winter. We'll do one. And then a small magnesium pencil sharpener. The pencil sharpener, again, if you're hurt, if your dexterity, you're starting to get cold, find some dry twigs. You just twist them in there and make yourself some fine shavings. It's going to let you use your ferro rod, your lighter, whatever it may be to get a fire started. And then, of course, the tin it comes in becomes a charring tin after that. You can find natural material, char it, so you have fire starter continuously. This kit isn't meant to go long term, but some of the stuff is interchangeable in a long term wilderness survival kit, like the kit. So next up, I have these in every kit. They're the SE Knives Adventure Cards. Gives you some signaling cues, how to, shelters, what to do if you get lost. They take up no space, so it's just helpful to have one in every one. Next up in here, I have the Tarp sitting in a glacier cup. Having another vessel to drink out of, you might have more than one person with you, gives you some options. It's a stainless steel cup. After that, Mors talks about signaling. He has a whistle in his kit and a signal mirror. I always go with the Vargo and the Star Flash rescue mirror. I've showed we're in the woods. Even in the woods, you can use this and aim it pretty well to hit whatever you're looking at. So I think even in the woods, I think it's a good practice to carry a signal mirror and a good loud whistle. This is the titanium Vargo. Remember, the key is with this kit, we want to be able to be found. Items in here can help us regulate temperature and be found. That's why we have the whistle, the signal mirror. I always put these, now these live in every kit. This is just the little file I made. It can also be used as a striker. If you're doing small projects, if you're doing bow drills, it's going to let you round stuff off a little easier. They don't weigh nothing, but they're pretty light and very compact, and they can fit in most kits, so we throw one of those in every kit now. Getting down to the last couple things, we just carry a bandana. This is 100% cotton bandana. If we get a wound, we can use this, help pack it, clean stuff off. We can use this to grab our pot from the fire. A bandana is just a good multi-use item to have in every kit, if not multiple. So we have one in this Mors Kochanski Mors pot kit. Next up, the dry bag. This is going to let us gather stuff, tinder, berries, whatever it may be. But the nice thing about having a dry bag, it also lets us gather water and store water. So we can boil our water, get it clean in here. Then we can pour it in here, store it, and carry it. Because you can wrap it up, clip it, and use some of your paracord to make a shoulder strap and carry water with you. So while you may not have a traditional water bottle, you do have a bladder to carry water in with this. And with this, to save time, if you don't necessarily need to boil water, we do carry 6 of the Cordage Aqua Pure tabs. That way, this holds 2 liters. If you fill it up about halfway, that'll be 1 liter. And that'll let you purify water. You can fill it up, drop the tabs in, seal it up, and just let it sit. And you'll have water in about a half hour. So that's everything in that kit. The nice thing about this kit, let me see. I'm probably going to shake the camera real quick. But we're going to grab my pack because I use it as a weight on my tripod. We're going to just close the pod up so I can show you. This is just the LLB in Continental Rock. What we're going to do is show you. It can sit right down in just about most packs, not take up too much space. If you're going climbing, hiking, bird watching, you're going for a hike just with kids or something, you can fit that in there and have a nice comprehensive survival kit in there with you with whatever you're carrying. We have a smaller knife and stuff in this kit. I don't necessarily think we need a full-size knife, assuming most people watching this video carry a knife with them on their belt. If not, we do have the stuff in this that lets you get by without that. So if you have any questions, we do have some more videos coming up. This is my take on the bush pot survival kit. It's, like I said, a little different than Mors. Not entirely. But my kits are tailored towards an eastern woodland and not necessarily the boreal forest that Mors used to operate in. I love the ideas, the no-nonsense, nonchalant processes he takes towards developing what he did. And that's led me to some of the ways I do my stuff. So, thanking guys like Mors for paving the way. Uh, Everybody you've heard me talk about, I talk about this lately a lot on Instagram. So if you want to go check that out, I put some articles out on Substack as well. I would love for you guys to check those out, give me some feedback. Every time we show a kit, we show what we're doing. We are just standing on the shoulders of giants. I hold a lot of these guys with very high reverence. The Bradford Angiers, David Westcott, David Halliday, Christopher Nierges, Ron Hood. I want to give these guys the credit because they're the ones who inspired most of this generation to get out and do this. And guys like Les Stroud who showed we can do this, film it, and have fun doing it. So with that, this was my take on the Mors Kochanski Bushpot Survival Kit. Oh, this weighs in at 4.5 pounds. I know Mors goes 2 kilos. I forget what the conversion is, but on my scale, this was 4 pounds and just under 4.5 pounds. So I wanted to drop that in there so that before I forgot. But I wanted to thank everybody. I'm really enjoying doing these, having fun with YouTube again. After taking that hiatus for a few years, dropping the old channel, just starting over and coming back, it's really been enjoyable. Having fun on Instagram, posting, and getting in the comments. So thank you again, guys. I appreciate all the support. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to ask. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.